Today we are going to learn the same topic for Standard 5. What I was doing in the last class, continuation of India, location and extent. Welcome in this session, students. Today we shall be learning more about India in detail, about its features and location we have already seen. In the last class, students, do you remember? We had seen the location of India on the world map, and we learned that India is totally in the northern hemisphere, and from 0° longitude, if we see the location of India on the world map, it is towards the eastern hemisphere. Correct? India is called peninsula because towards the south it is surrounded by all three major water bodies. Correct? And it is also called subcontinent because we are the large landmass of the major continent, that is Asia. So let's continue with the topic with exploring more information on India. So what you can see on the screen is the map of India showing all 28 states and 8 union territories. Okay, now this is what we have learned in the last class. See the neighboring countries where we share the political boundaries with our neighbors. Okay, in the south you can see the major water bodies. Southern tip of India we have Sri Lanka, right? And from the island groups we have the Lakshadweep Island in Arabian Sea and Andaman and Nicobar Islands in Bay of Bengal. This is how India and its parts are located within the or it is called subcontinent within Asia. Okay, so we have seen the difference between state and union territories also in the last class. We have seen how the political divisions of India are, that is the number of states we have, union territories, north-south extent, east-west extent. Capital of India is Delhi. Currency we use is in rupees, and national language, that is throughout the India. Overall, what we are supposed to communicate, the common language, that is Hindi, although we have different local languages in all the states. Okay, so within this India, our country, India, let's see the largest state in Indian subcontinent or in India. We have the largest state, that is Rajasthan, located towards northwest part of our country with an area of about 3,42,239 square kilometers. Remember, this is the largest state or the largest part of the landmass of Indian subcontinent. And the smallest state, as we live in Goa, this is the smallest state in India. You can see the location of the smallest state where we also live in is in Goa, which is located towards the southwest margin of India, and we share our margin with the major west coast of India, that is part of in extension with the major sea, that is Arabian Sea. Okay, you can see here the map of Goa, okay, which is the smallest state with an area of 2,307 square kilometers only. Okay, so let's see which are the centralmost points in India. Geographical center of India, that is without Pakistan, Bangladesh or any other neighboring countries, is located at the longitude and latitude, that is 24 degrees 7 minutes 11 seconds north and 77 degrees 41 minutes 49 seconds, that is located in the state of Madhya Pradesh, and it is right in the central part of Madhya Pradesh, that is in a village called Karaundi, located in Shivani district of Madhya Pradesh. Okay, and it has population of only 498 persons living in around 82 households. So there are altogether 82 houses located into this particular village. It is a very interior part of the state of Madhya Pradesh. Okay, it's very difficult to explore this village, right? You have to cross the forest region also, and it is the district is Seoni district and village is Karaundi in Madhya Pradesh. This is the picture of Madhya Pradesh, state Madhya Pradesh, and where this central point of India is located. Please remember this. And this is the place many visitors or tourists, it is a tourist spot also because it's a very important spot where we have the location of central midpoint of India. Okay, so this is the symbol, or this is how it is placed on. Okay, that is marked as the symbol for locating a central point of India in Madhya Pradesh. So before independence, students, including when Britishers, Europeans have surveyed our country landmass, okay, including Pakistan and Bangladesh when it was undivided, okay, the central point of India was Nagpur. I'm going to show you all. This point was set up by the British when they measured scientifically the geographical area of undivided India. Zero milestone consists of 4 horses, that is the symbol what they had given that time. Pillar which is made up of a rock called sandstone. It is a sedimentary or a rock which is compacted or formed by the sand accumulating in one particular place. That's called sandstone. Okay, and it is located on the southeast of Vidhan Bhavan of Maharashtra, that is in Nagpur. Okay, it is from here that distance were first calculated. Okay, and this is the place, or this is the symbols which are put there by the Britishers when they have mapped our country. That was the first time when it was surveyed the entire subcontinent of India. Okay, and Nagpur was the central point, but now today we have the central point in Madhya Pradesh. This is without considering other neighboring countries, but this was done considering the neighboring countries like Pakistan and Bangladesh. Okay, so in India, along with the largest state and smallest state, we should know also the largest union territories of our country. The largest union territory of our country is Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay, and the smallest union territory is Lakshadweep Island. We have seen it in the earlier map also. Okay, so this is all information about our India country, India political boundaries and where it is located within the world, okay, within the map of Asia, or what are our latitudes and longitudes we have seen so far. Okay, and the number of states, the new political boundaries, why new political boundaries were made, what are the new capitals along with the union territories. So students, now let's learn something about the physical divisions of India. Let's explore India in more details about the types of land in India. As we all know, students, if you look on the earth, although earth is spherical in shape or geoid in shape, it rotates from west to east. We know all this information on the globe or on the map. There are grids which with the help of which we can locate the places. Now, if you explore the land on the earth, if you start walking or if you want to travel from one place to another, you must have always seen land is not uniform everywhere on the earth. There are undulations, there are ups, there are downs, there are big huge mountains. Somewhere there will be plateaus or the flat lands. Somewhere there are huge plains which you cross for miles of distance together. Along with this, there are some places you will come across or dry regions without any vegetation, or sandy areas like deserts. Like you will have thick forest. You will have somewhere, if you are climbing on the top of the mountain, somewhere you will encounter valleys, right? So whatever physical landforms you see on the earth, they are called physical divisions of that particular landmass. So in India also, we don't have an uniform type of land everywhere. So if you, even in Goa, if you move from Panjim to Margao or from north to south of Goa, you will come across along the roadside. There are some small hillocks, there are plateaus, there are rivers flowing through the valleys, there are plain lands, right? So now we are going to see what are the different physical divisions. These all physical features or the type of landforms in India or across the world is called as physiography or physical division of a particular place. So in India, let's see what are the physiographic divisions or physical divisions of India. As you can see on the screen, this is the physical map of India. Now, physical map of India, if you're looking at into your atlas, into an atlas, when you're reading your atlas, in the index, you will get political map, physical map, river map, etc. Political map will show you political boundaries, states, capitals. Physical map will show you the type of landforms depicting different types of upslopes, downslopes, or highlands, lowlands, or plains. And they will be shown on the map with particular color codes. And these are universal codes. So if you're looking out, for example, on the map of India, this is the map showing physical divisions of India. Now here you can see there are different color codes used. For example, on the northern side, you can see dark brown color, right? Now in between there is yellow color, in between there is light brown, in between there is green color, and as usual we know water body is denoted with bluish or blue in color everywhere across the world. Okay, so the color codes which are used to represent different types of landforms are as follows. You can see here, because at the base of the map, you will always find an index for a map, or it is called a legend, okay, or a key, which will explain you different colors or different symbols used in a map, right? So the color codes which represent the physical divisions of any particular place, brown always stands for mountainous area or mountainous region or highland areas. Now whatever yellow you see on the map, these are the plateaus. Plateaus are flatlands. They are also raised land, but they will not have peak like mountains. They will have tablelands, right? We are going to see these also. Wherever there is green portion on the map, these are all plain regions. Okay, and wherever you can see blue, it represents water bodies, right? Even on the map, you'll see blue lines which denote the rivers which are flowing across our country. So let's explore this land physically, what we can see. Okay, so as I said, you can identify or you can differentiate always the type of landforms. There are major 3 landforms on the earth. There are other landforms also. Basically, landforms are divided into 3 parts. This is the picture. Major part, mountains. You know it is a mountain when the height exceeds more than 800 meters or 1000 meters. It is called a mountain. If it is less than that, maybe you will call it as hill or a hillock, right? So it is basically a raised land, something like this. Okay, so this is the mountain range. This is a mountain peak. This is a mountain range. Range is series of mountains together running parallel to each other. It's called a range. When it is one mountain, we call it as a mountain peak. Okay, try to understand the difference between the words. These are the geographical terms which we are going to use when we are describing the type of landform. Now, when I say plateaus, see the difference between mountain and a plateau. Mountain is having a pointed peak. Plateau is having both the raised lands, right? Raised highlands. But here the land is flat. It's like a table. Okay, raised table naturally formed. So it is a raised land with a flat top. You call it as a plateau. You can see the picture here. And obviously the third major landform is a flat ground or plain areas. You can see your extensive plains, right? Rivers flowing or plains which are at one particular level. Okay, that is up to the sea level. You can call them as plains. So let's see how India is divided into this particular region. Now India is divided into major physical division. The first division what we are going to look at is the major division, which stands the very high landforms in the form of very raised land, that is the mountainous region. And as we all know, these huge mountains which stand very, very tall in India, okay, are mostly located, or basically they are found in the north part of India, what we call it as Himalayas. They form the first physical division of India, which geographically we name it as the Great Mountains of the North. They stretch right from Jammu and Kashmir. They move down towards the eastern side from northwest to northeast as a huge mountain ranges. So it's not one mountain, two mountains or three mountains. It's the parallel ranges of mountain peaks together in series. This is called a huge mountain range. And students, these are the youngest mountains of the world also. And being younger, that's the reason why they stand very, very tall. And so we have the highest mountain peak of the world located within this Himalayan range. And as we all know, it is none other than the Mount Everest, height of which it is around 848 meters. Imagine the height, 8,000 meters, right? So what you can see on the screen is the picture of Himalayas. You can see here, it's not one mountain, two mountains. It's series of mountains together, running parallel to each other, forming the ranges. And they stand very, very tall. This is the first physical division of India called the Great Mountains of the North, called Himalayas. Now again students, this Himalayas is not, as I said, a one range. There are series of parallel ranges, and Himalayas are again divided into three major mountain ranges, which are named as, first is Himadri, I'm going to show you all. Second is called Himachal, and the third one is called Shivaliks. Let's see these mountain ranges. Okay, so Himadri is the first mountain range. Okay, so Himadri, this is the tallest mountain range where the height exceeds more than 5,000 to 8,000 meters. Okay, so the very tall mountain peaks of the world also belongs to these Himalayas, where all the peaks will be snow covered, because as the height increases, as we have learned, why hill stations remain cooler, why there is snowfall on the high peak mountains, because as the height increases, as you go into the atmosphere, for every 165 meter, there is drop in temperature by 1 degree Celsius. You climb higher, temperature drops down. There comes a point when you are climbing 1,000 meters of height land or a major landform, temperature is going to drop below 0 degrees and there will be snowfall. That is the precipitation what we get on the high peak mountains. So always you can see as Himalayan range or Himadri range always covered with snow. Okay, so the mountain ranges which are, or the mountain peaks which are there, is this Mount Everest, you can see here. Okay, Mount Kanchenjunga, then we have Dhauligiri, when we have Nanga Parbat, we have Annapurna, we have Nanda Devi and Godwin Austen. These are the highest peaks of the world also, which are there in the Himadri range, that is part of the Himalayan range. Then second range is called Himachal. As we all know, this is the transition range between the upper Himadri and the lower range, in between, that moves mostly from Himachal Pradesh at the base of the Himalaya, main Himadri or tallest mountains of the world. Okay, and in between this Himachal range, there are small valleys which are like small hills. Okay, and which are very, very important from the tourism point of view. Most of the people in the summer prefer going to these stations, hill stations, because they are small hillocks in this Himachal range. Example, we have Shimla, we have Nainital, and we have Darjeeling in India. These are the famous tourist destinations and hill stations which are located within this Himachal range. And the third Himalayas range at the base, as we are moving down from Jammu Kashmir, Srinagar, from Himachal, we are moving down towards the northern extent of the Himalayas, southern extent of the Himalayas. At the base, it is called Shivani Range. Okay, there are small valleys also which are not very deep. These are called longitudinal valleys, which are formed by a lot of siltation, or when rivers bring a lot of sediments or deposited, these valleys they are called longitudinal valleys. Okay, not very deep valleys, and these valleys are called as dunes. Okay, so for example, we have another great spot here called Dehradun, a small city located in these Shivalis. They are called dunes here. So you can see here the picture of Himalayas, students, what I have explained. So this is your Himadri, topmost range. In between, okay, you have Himachal range, and at the base, towards it, as it extends towards the northeast, it is called as Himachal, or we have the range which is called Shivalik. Okay, first is called, here it's the Himalayas, what we call it as Himadri, Himachal, and we have Shivaliks, that is the base of the Himalayas. Okay, so an extension of these Himalayas, it extends into northeast. Okay, so extension in east and eastern Himalayas, in Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh and other northeast states, the same Himalayas extend and they are called Purvanchal Hills. And on top, where it extends into part of Asia, it is called Karakoram Range, right on top. This is how our Himalayas are. Don't think Himalayas is only one mountain peak or small mountain ranges. It's a huge mountain range. Okay, right from Karakoram Range, from it extends as Purvanchal Hills, and remember one more thing, as it has the height in northwest side, it has highest peaks. As the Himalayan range exceeds into northeast states, height of these Himalayas also decreases. It becomes smaller in height. This is all about the Himalayan range, that is the first physical division of India, which is called the Great Himalayan Range. Let's see the next physical division of India. The next division is called the Great Northern Plain of India. Now this is very important. What do you mean by plain? Plain is a flat land. Okay, now why this is called extension? You can see on the screen here, whatever green color is shown on this map is all the plain region. That doesn't mean that it is flat at one particular level. Okay, that means there will be some undulation, but overall in general, this is entire called the Great Plains of India, Northern Plains of India. Now these plains are very important because they lie just below the Himalayas, the Great Himalayas. Okay, as we all know, there are a number of rivers which drain from the highest mountain peaks of the world, from the Himalayan range, like Ganga, Yamuna and its Indus river. They bring all the water, and as they come from the slope of the land, they move into from these great northern plains of India, where they bring all the water, okay, and they deposit all the silt what they are bringing along with it, and thus these great northern plains of India are the biggest fertile grounds of the world. Okay, that means they are very fertile in nature. Is it clear? That's why they are called Great Northern Plains of India. Everybody knows wherever the people are living within these northern plains of India, they are mostly farmers, or they do farming because of the supply of the water, because many rivers drain through these plains, and also they are very fertile in nature. And India, most of the population, majority of the people live in these great plains of India because of the fertile grounds. Okay, you can see in the picture where the extension of the plains is. Okay, so this northern plains of India is again divided into two basin areas. One is called Indus River Basin and second is called Ganga Basin. Now Indus River, as we all know, it moves from Pakistan, comes down. Okay, that entire flat land again is a very fertile land. This is Indus River Valley plain, and Ganga River Basin, that is Ganga and all its tributaries which move from these great plains of India. Finally Ganga and Brahmaputra, from here they move. Okay, they join together and they drop themselves or empty themselves, this big river or longest rivers, they empty themselves into Bay of Bengal, forming the largest delta of the world. Now, as we all know, journey of the river originates into the high landform region or in the mountainous region. These rivers come down from the mountains, they move along the northern plains, depositing all the silt, making the landforms along the bank of the river, or that entire river basin or that area becomes very fertile. And as the river proceeds in its journey, finally it drops itself, empties itself into the nearest sea, where along the journey of this river, where river Brahmaputra also meets river Ganga, and they whatever finest sediments they bring, they deposit at this triangular shaped delta, what we call it as, and it becomes also the largest delta of the world located in India, what we call it as Sundarbans. Okay, basically it is formed because of the river Ganga, river Brahmaputra joining, meeting and throwing its final water or emptying itself into the Bay of Bengal. There it forms the largest triangular shaped delta, which is called Sundarbans. This is the picture of the Sundarbans. Okay, and this is where the rivers throw its water or empty themselves along. That is Sundarban Island, which is in Calcutta. And this is, see the picture, Bay of Bengal, how the rivers move. This is the network of the rivers, what you can see, which drain through the northern plains of India. And remember, northern plains are the extensive flat-lying areas which are very fertile grounds of India.